Hi, my name is Eric Shannon from Big Barker,
And I'm Andrea Warner from Big Barker.
and we're here today because November 6th is the first day of Bed Week, which is a massive fundraiser that we're doing to help support 89 different rescues and shelters around the country. Bed Week is going to be running during National Shelter Appreciation Week, which starts on November 6th and it ends on November 12th. So what is Bed Week and why are we doing it? Well, at a very high level, at Big Barker, our mission is to improve the quality of life for dogs of all sizes. And the way that we do that on a day-to-day basis is by making the world's top-rated, most highly respected dog bed, which helps reduce soreness, stiffness, and joint pain in dogs, especially big dogs, older dogs, and the dogs that are already suffering from joint or nerve disorders. So now that we've been in business for 4 years now, we decided to seek out some of the other groups out there in the greater dog-loving community that share the same mission of increasing quality of life for dogs. And when you think about it, who else has that same mission? Well, one of the obvious answers is the rescue groups, because the sole reason for a rescue group to exist is to improve the quality of life of dogs. And that's often in the most dramatic way possible. Rescues are often saving dogs literally from life or death situations. So over the last 4 years, we've probably worked with well over 100 different rescues in different ways, and that's usually in the form of donating beds. So I spoke with some of those groups and I asked them how we can help them in a more significant way in the future. And what they told me kind of surprised me at first, but it makes total sense when you think about it. They told me, Eric, we love the Big Barker beds, the dogs love the beds, but the best way you can help us is not by donating more beds to us. What we really need is money. And that makes sense. Think about the expenses that a rescue has. First, there's food. They have to feed a large amount of dogs every single day. That's not a bill that ever gets smaller or cheaper. It's just a mandatory expense every day. Then you have veterinary care. A lot of the rescues take in dogs that are in extremely poor health or have serious medical conditions. So those vet bills can get shockingly high over time. So what we decided to do to best serve the rescues is to let them use our beds as a fundraising platform. And that's how we got the idea for Bed Week. And for the past several months, Andrea has been working like crazy to get ready for Bed Week. So, Andrea, why don't you tell everybody what Bed Week is all about?
I'd love to. This week, we're celebrating the amazing, heart-wrenching, and heroic work that the rescues and shelters do. I've spent this past several months talking to the executive directors and the managers, finding out the different challenges they have with fundraising and learning how Big Barker could help. Here's what I found out. Number one, as a nonprofit, rescues depend on donations from the community in order to survive. Number two, the problem is that they can only ask for donations from the same community so many times before it gets really difficult for people to continue opening their wallets. And three, fundraising takes time. It takes creativity. Rescues spend most of their time caring for dogs. It's difficult for them to spend even more time on fundraising, even though they can't survive without it. They desperately need it to care for the dogs. So in talking to a lot of the rescues we've donated to in the past, Big Barker beds have proven to be incredibly good raffle items. The reason why is because the dogs give folks the opportunity to support a shelter financially while also getting an incredible gift for their own dog at the same time. There's a reason why Big Barker beds got to be so popular, and it's because dogs love the beds. So the rescue benefits from the financial proceeds raised by raffling the beds, and the dogs of the raffle winner benefit by having an incredible therapeutic mattress to sleep on all day long. So we decided to take this concept and make it big. Instead of raffling off a single bed, rescues have the opportunity to make a significant amount of money from not just a single bed that they're raffling off, but they can generate donations from as many beds as their followers want. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to donate $63.17 for every Big Barker bed sold on our website during Bed Week, and $31.63 for every Barker Jr. for the smaller dogs. I have one of each. I have a big dog and a small dog. If you want your $63.17 to benefit a specific one of our 89 mission partners, then all you have to do is register your support for them and they'll get a donation. So here's how you register your support. If you follow your favorite rescue or shelter on social media, and if they're one of our 89 partners, you'll see one of their Bed Week posts. Go ahead and click on the link and register your support for them. Or go to bedweek.com and choose one of our mission partners. You'll see all 89 of them in a list and on a map, so you can go ahead and click the one that you most want to support. It has to be before November 12th.
Right. It's got to be before November 12th. So now I'd like you to meet one of our mission partners. This is Grace Kelly Herbert of Finding Shelter Animal Rescue in southeastern Pennsylvania.
Hi, I'm here with Grace Kelly Herbert from Finding Shelter. Grace, how are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. We appreciate you being here. So Grace, tell us exactly what it is that you do with Finding Shelter to help the homeless pets in your area.
Finding Shelter Animal Rescue is, we're an all-volunteer foster-based rescue, so all of our dogs live in homes with families until they're adopted. Most of our dogs come from puppy mills. We have a huge puppy mill problem here in Pennsylvania, and a lot of our dogs do come directly from those puppy mills in Lancaster County. We also have a special program just for Chihuahuas because we started because of my Chihuahua, but we save dogs of all sizes. But we do have something a little special for them because they're the second most euthanized breed in the country. Mm. And then we also have a program called the Finding Peace Program where we help people at the end of who are terminally ill at the end of their lives keep their animals for as long as they can and then give them a safe place to go when the time comes for them to find a new home. So we help dogs from shelters. We take owner surrender sometimes, so all over the place.
Okay, that's great. Can you talk about why fundraising is so important to you?
Fundraising way that we can pay for the medical care for our animals. Even though we are a very small rescue, our medical bills can run around $70,000 a year. And since we need to cover those costs, then that's the only way we can do it is through fundraising, through private donors, through grants, through special fundraising events.
Okay. Is fundraising easy or hard?
It's pretty tough. It's a competitive market out there for people's donations, and there are a lot of rescues and shelters, especially the big places who have been doing this for years and years and years. We are going to celebrate our 7th anniversary on January 1st, and so when we're trying to compete for donation dollars, not when it comes to the animals, everybody plays a role in saving animals, but it's competitive. And when you're only one person trying to raise all the money for all of the operating costs for the rescue, it is tough. But it makes it a lot easier when we have a great cause, which is the dogs and people who want to help them.
That's great. Okay, can you share one of your favorite stories with us about a dog's life that you've helped?
All of our dogs have really made an impact on me, all of their stories. This is a really hard one, but we recently saved a dog this year, and we saved her around Valentine's Day. It was a cold and rainy day, and I drove out to respond to a call from one of the puppy mill operators that they wanted to release one of their dogs who was not producing enough puppies for it to be profitable to keep her, and that's the exact reason that they gave us. It was just not profitable to hold on to her. Big Rottweiler. They said she had a previous leg injury. They don't know how it happened, so she limped a little bit. And when I went to pick her up, she kind of slinked up to me, and she immediately curled up, like in my arms, even though she's this big 80-pound dog, and she gave me this big kiss, and we put her in the van. Sadly, she had an adult daughter who was also being used for breeding, who they would not let us take, who is still at the puppy mill. But it is a licensed mill that is inspected, and they are legally allowed to do it. But we took the dog home. We named her Val, short for Valentine, because it was right around Valentine's Day. And the transformation she made from this kind of quiet, shy dog into this perfect, just loving, wonderful dog. I know that they're considering, the people who adopted, she did find a home, and the people who adopted her are considering her for therapy work because she's just such a wonderful dog. She had a big barker donated to her who moved in with her when she was adopted. And because of that just former leg issue, which it turns out it's probably just some arthritis, she has been so comfortable. And not only was she comfortable to have something that moved with her from her foster home into her adoptive home, but she had something that helped physically support her. And I think all of that just helped the whole experience of living with a foster and being loved by people for the first time in her life helped her transition so beautifully into her brand new forever home. And we get pictures and updates about her, and she is so happy and such a cherished member of her family. So that one was a really, really outstanding story for this year.
That's fantastic. Thank you. We really appreciate your time, and thank you for sharing that story with us.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me to talk about it. I could talk about our dogs all day, so I'm glad you only limited me to one, or else we'd be here for hours.
All right. Thank you so much. Grace Kelly Herbert from Finding Shelter.
So what we have is an incredibly easy way for dog lovers to support both the rescue community and enhance their own dog's quality of life at the same time. So to recap, Bed Week runs from November 6th to November 12th. During Bed Week, we're donating $63.17 every time a Big Barker bed is ordered from our website, or $31.63 for every Barker Jr. So what you should do next is go to bedweek.com. You'll have the option to choose a specific rescue partner to support, or if you don't want to pick a favorite, that's okay too. We'll still be donating the $63.17 to rescue groups.
All right, everybody. Have a great Bed Week.